Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. This is Ghana Premier League class. I'm Augustine and we are going to talk about the game, the CAF Confederations Cup game that took place on Sunday, the Kotoko versus KWARA United. The second leg, the first leg took place last week in Accra. We were there to bring you highlight, but this game we couldn't get put things together to be Nigeria, but we'll still talk about it. ZITO has a new record. We'll let you know which record ZITO has over there. There are three things that we learned from that game that Kotoko possibly could apply in the next round fixture. Which team is Kotoko playing in the next round, and when are they going to play? You get to know all this in these videos. Kindly do to like, share, and also subscribe. And then can also turn on post notifications and tell others to also come and watch what is happening on this channel. So Kotoko versus KWARA United, or KWARA United versus Asante Kotoko is done, and that's it. Kotoko has crossed that hurdle, and KWARA is now a thing of the past. Kotoko do not have to worry about KWARA anymore, and KWARA and their journey in this year's CAF Confederations Cup has come to a sad end. It is so sad, but yes, that's what's supposed to happen when you're playing a big club like Kotoko. The first leg, Kotoko played a 4-2-3-1 system. The 4-2-3-1 system, yes. The 4-2-3-1 system they played is changed in this game. It was Mohamed Kamara and goalpost in the first leg. The right back was Musa Mzata, left back Patrick Essay, the center back pair Joseph Abula and Samba. And then he had Lord Adabo also starting the game. Emmanuel Onchi also starting, and then there was Hubert Jeru, Peter Kwamidu, and then Philip Amu and Albert Amasper in the attack. And that made it, passing through the Kotoko team quite easier for the KWARA people. So in the second leg, ZITO changed some things, and that was evident even from the start of the game. The first thing they changed was the lineup. Now he went in for 4-4-2. 4-4-2, Serge Dada Kamara in goal post. Right back was Lord Amu now, not Bisam Zata. Left back was Joseph Amu, not Patrick. So the center back was Henry Ansu and Ablo. He then brought Samba also to pair Lord Adamo in the midfield. And then they had Peter Kwamidu, Hubert Jau, Marfin Donzo, and Albertama leading the attack. But I believe this one, it was in a way a 5-back system where Samba would drop Hubert Jau, and then you have a lone pivot of Adabo, and then you have Amidu Jau, Marfin Donzo, and Albertama. They did perfectly well. And I believe that this is what Kotoko will need from a coach to do well in this African campaign. And they are glad and they are privileged and lucky to have ZITO at the home of affairs now. ZITO has done something incredible in Africa, such as he's unbeaten in Africa. He's unbeaten in Africa in the knockout stages. He's unbeaten in Africa in knockout stages, whether at Dreams FC or at Kotoko. And I'll tell you, the first knockout game they played was in the preliminary round for Dreams FC. That was against Sierra Leone side, Kalon FC. Away, they drew 1-1 with Kalon FC away. The next one was against Milo FC of Guinea. Milo the Kankan FC of Guinea. They played 1-1 away. The next away game that they played, which was knockout phase, was the quarterfinals against Stade Malien in Mali. They beat them by 2 goals. And the next one was against Zamalek in Egypt. In the semi-final, they drew 0-0, which means that at Dreams FC was unbeaten in all knockout away games in the CAF Confederations Cup. He then moved to Kotoko, and the first away game he plays in the CAF Confederations Cup is against KWARA United, and he wins that game by a goal to nil. This should tell you that ZITO actually has something in his pockets, because the most famous thing ZITO always say is one day, and one day, Kotoko has won an away game to qualify to the next round of CAF Confederations Cup. And I believe that this is super for Kotoko. They are going to face with that club athletic club in the next round of the competition, and I believe this is going to be a way tougher opponent than what they had in KWARA United. I believe they'll put one or two things together to get this or get themselves in shape and fight them very well. There were 3 things we noted from that game, and the first one was that he dropped entry in the midfield, and that was because he wanted more physicality. Even the game was going to be physical in the midfield. He wanted more physicality. That's why he dropped entry and pushed Samba in the midfield. The second one was that when Hello Adabo was shown a yellow card, that was when they went for the first time, for the first half. Immediately when they were coming back, he changed Adabo for Setkojo, meaning that he didn't want to risk any player. This is characteristic of how conservative ZITO was, and how pivoted, and then how tunnel vision like he was in the game against KWARA United. And the third one was that his team defended very well in this game, and they closed their spaces very well. I believe this was a 4-4-2, which also reduced to 5 back at a point in time. He made right changes when he was supposed to make the changes. He brought on right players when he was supposed to bring them on, and I believe that ZITO did very well for them in that game. I'll end it here. Don't forget to always like, share, subscribe on Augustine, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello.